According to the results of the tests conducted among the class cadets, Yi Ziyun has a blue soul vessel, and the flow of spiritual power is 86. Xin Yu and Xiaoning Jr. have a green soul vessel and a spiritual power flow of 78. Soon they will reach the level of 1 bronze star. They are to be congratulated. Saying this, Xin Shui threw a contemptuous glance in Ali's direction as if to emphasize, these are real talents, not unlike you. Upon hearing the teacher's words, many in the class could not contain their cries of astonishment. It turns out that there is a real genius among them. If Yi Ziyun has a blue soul vessel at the age of 13, she will definitely become a legendary demon spellcaster when she grows up. And Xin Yu and Xiaoning Jr. are also good. With such abilities, they can accomplish a lot. Yi Ziyun, the mysterious charming stranger who had recently appeared in class, moreover so talented, instantly became the most popular girl. Xiaoning Jr. was probably just as beautiful as Yi Ziyun, although she was slightly behind in ability. Yes, those two seemed to be hard to keep up with. Nali looked at Xiaoning Jr. with one eye, skinny, wearing a short yellow skirt and black boots with high cuffs, with blue-black hair falling over her shoulders. She was also very good-looking. Eyebrows like willow leaves, shaded by long fluttering lashes, clear eyes, slightly touched by a blush, flawlessly smooth skin, lips like rose petals. But for all her charm, it was clear that she was quite willful, and the cold expression on her face discouraged any desire to get to know her better. Nali remembered that Xiaoning Jr. belonged to one of the 7 noble families. Before Lightstar was destroyed, she had already become a silver-ranked demon spellcaster. Xiaoning Jr. and Yi Ziyun were highly brilliant rivals, almost equal in power. To cement her position in society, Xiaoning Jr.'s family wanted her to marry a member of the sacred family, Xin Yu's older brother. But Xiaoning Jr., eager to avoid this marriage, left the family and went alone to the chasms of darkness, the forest covering the slopes of the sacred ancestors' ridge. No one else saw her. Her fortitude was to be envied. Nali decided that if he got the chance, he would definitely help Xiaoning Jr. However, in case you're really curious, Nali wasn't the least bit in love with her, because his heart was completely devoted to Yi Ziyun. Well, in 2 months, you will be taking your final exams. I hope that someone will be able to call himself a Bronze Star Demon Spellcaster, so that the entire Sacred Orchid Academy and I can be proud of him. Xin Shui continued to make snide remarks about him. To reach the rank of 1 Bronze Star, you must increase the flow of spiritual power to 100 units. This is incredibly difficult, so even the first step, leading to the rank of Warrior or Demon Spellcaster, not everyone can step. Listening to Xin Shui's speech, the cadets whispered quietly amongst themselves. To become a Bronze Star level warrior, you have to lift a stone weighing 50 kilograms with one hand and break a tree also with a single blow. This is unrealistic for a teenager, unless he is born taking all sorts of stimulants. And increasing the flow of spiritual power to become a demon caster is even more difficult. The flow of spiritual power determines the power of the soul vessel. It differs in the color of the aura. It can be red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. The most ordinary person has a red soul vessel, and those who have a green or blue soul vessel have an outstanding talent. Everyone in the class looked enviously at Yi Ziyun, Xin Yu, and Xiaoning Jr. Only they could hope to reach the level of 1 Bronze Star in the next 6 months. Feeling the envious looks on his face, Xin Yu puffed himself up proudly. As a member of the sacred family, he had used all sorts of stimulants since he was young and was far superior to his peers in strength. He would easily raise the spiritual power flow to 100. It was a pity to wait 2 months before scoring. It was such a long time. Xin Yu possessively glanced at Yi Ziyun's graceful figure. The girl belongs only to him, not to some trash. This insolent idiot dared to bet on his aunt. Thinks he can get 1 Bronze Star? With his red bubble? Ha! As for those who promised us here to achieve 1 Bronze Star in 2 months, let's see how they do. Both the look and intonation with which Xin Shui spat out this phrase were full of contempt. The quality of the soul vessel, combined with the life force, directly affect how quickly you are allowed to improve. With a scenario like Nali's, it would take him 3 to 5 years to reach the lowest level, 1 Bronze Star, in the natural course of events. Becoming a red vessel demon spellcaster was out of the question. But Xin Shui Nali's taunts passed his ears by. 2 months? I have plenty of time. And he grinned slightly, showing his friends his absolute confidence that achieving a single bronze star in such a short time was easy for him. Standing against the back wall of Nali's classroom, Lu Piao and Du Jia were talking quietly. "Nali, do you have a crush on that girl, Yi Ziyun?" Lu Piao asked. "Yup," Nali said candidly. Lu Piao stared at him for a while, apparently not believing his own ears, then sighed. "Nali, she's a real beauty. I'm not going to talk you out of it, but as a brother to a brother, she's a noble one, man. Even you are as far from her as the sun." Indeed, even though Nali belonged to one of the 12 noble clans, the gap between him and the girl from the main family seemed insurmountable. "Hey, you, come down from heaven to earth. Yi Ziyun is a genius, she has the blue soul vessel. She's 1 bronze star away. I think in 2 months Yi Ziyun will be transferred to the Demon Caster class, after which she will improve so intensively that you won't be able to keep up with her. She won't even remember you, that's how." Du Jia grumbled irritably and added harshly. "I can't stand noble upstarts like you. All you think about is how to chase girls instead of studying or working. Who are you calling noble upstarts? I'm a model of diligence, and I don't think about girls all day long." "Well, maybe half a day." Lu Piao shrugged. "Heavens, who did I mess with?" Du Jia rolled his eyes. Du Jia could always be relied upon, despite being a bit of a nerd and taking life too seriously. Compared to him, the carefree dandy Lu Piao could achieve a lot if not for his laziness. With his red soul vessel, he was an exceptionally gifted warrior, but only reached the silver level, slightly behind Du Jia. It was amazing how such different people could become close friends. How great it was to hear the bickering between Du Jia and Lu Piao again. To think that at one time it had made Nali very sad. "Nali, put all this nonsense out of your mind and think about your studies." He was telling him in all seriousness that love in adolescence is not a good thing. Indeed, in a previous life, the news of Xinyu and Yi Ziyun's impending engagement had caused Nali a lot of anguish. But if he acts like a worthless loser this time too, the only thing left to do is commit suicide. "Relax guys, I know what I'm doing and I'll get it done without a problem," Nali said authoritatively. Du Jia and Lu Piao goggled their eyes, unable to understand how he could be so sure. However, for some reason, they believed that Nali would really succeed. His optimism was contagious. "All right. Whatever you have in mind, you can count on us," Du Jia said seriously. Strangely enough, the punishment brought them even closer together. "Du Jia, Lu Piao, we will all become the strongest demon caster," Nali solemnly proclaimed. His friends had saved him many times in his past life by sharing their joys and hardships, so now he was going to repay them in full by making their wildest dreams come true. "Forget it! All I have is the red vessel of soul. With the family elixirs, I can become a warrior without any problem, but a demon caster, I don't think so." Lu Piao sighed sadly. "What's the point of becoming a warrior? The higher the level, the harder the training, and no matter what level you reach, compared to a demon spellmaster of the same level, you are nothing. A legendary warrior in combat is worth no more than a steel-level demon caster. Everyone knows that demon spellcasters are the strongest fighters." Du Jia had never given up hope of becoming a demon spellcaster, and if he wanted something, he would put everything he had into it. That was his principle. Who needs to strive to be a legendary warrior? "I've only had to be gold," Lu Piao said sincerely, completely devoid of any ambition. Du Jia remained silent, because what can you say to a man who has no purpose in life at all? 11. You say you, Lu Piao, have the red vessel of the soul? So do I, so what? Nali said. Lu Piao and Du Jia stared at him incomprehensibly. They certainly understood it, but they still couldn't figure out how Nali was going to reach the bronze level in 2 months. There's no tricky way, right? And what technique will you use to increase the flow of spiritual power to a level suitable for a demon spellcaster? Du Jia asked, knowing full well that it couldn't be done quickly. The main thing is to listen to what I say and don't give up. This is the only way to become a strong demon spellcaster. I'm not giving up. Du Jia said firmly. He was determined to change his family's destined path and would not give up his intention for anything. Of course, Lu Piao was not averse to becoming a demon whisperer, because then his father would no longer punish him for being lazy. In fact, Lu Piao never missed a chance to dawdle and deftly shirked all kinds of work. Now he muttered incredulously, "What's to be done? If it's difficult, I'll pass." Du Jie gave him a scornful look. This guy is hopeless if he wants to become a demon spellcaster without lifting a finger. How could anyone think it would be easy? Du Jie would work himself to the bone to make that dream come true. It won't be a hassle. Lily shook his head and smiled to reassure his friends. Then he stated with a serious expression, "But we'll need money. A lot of money." "Money? Only money?" Lu Piao heaved a sigh of relief. "How much do you need?" "I've saved up 2,000 demonic spirit coins here, guys. And for the sake of becoming a demon spellcaster, I'm willing to spend it." "Can one really buy the title of demon spellcaster for only 2,000 coins? Nili condescendingly patted Lu Piao on the shoulder. The fool imagined that 2,000 demon spirit coins is a lot of money? "No, Lu Piao, that's certainly not enough," he said firmly. "We need 1,000,000 coins. Or maybe a lot more than 1,000,000. More than 1,000,000. Du Jie and Lu Piao took their breath away. 1,000,000 demonic spirit coins is the annual income of a noble clan. Where would one get that much money?